Okay, so it's time to try and put the valve springs back in place. I don't know how this is going to go, but and I don't know if you'll be able to see what I'm doing, but we'll give it a try. So I've got the two valves in, and you can't see this I'm sure, but I've turned them round so the slots are facing me. That's the way I'm going to put the retaining pins in. And I've put a piece of sponge, I'll show you that probably once I've put the springs back on, underneath here in fact I'll show you now, to stop the valves from dropping down. I'll put a piece of sponge in there, otherwise obviously when I turn it like this the valves are going to drop out. Okay, so spring, I don't know what you call this, but whatever, will sit on there, and I've got two of these little retaining pieces, and I'm going to try and push down with these pliers, and then obviously use these ones to try and push that into the slot. It's quite a tight fit. I just had a little try, so I don't think it's going to be easy, but let's give it a go. As I said, I don't know how much you're going to be able to see of this. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. I'm sure there's a special tool for this. I'm not sure whether I'm going to be able to do this on my own. I might need someone, I think, to push down because it's quite hard. In fact, that's not good with those pliers pushing down. As you can see, the valves are, or the springs are now back in, and it was too much of a struggle to do it on my own. I gave up after a while. Far easier to get someone to help you, so I would strongly recommend getting a helper. My son Miles helped me do this. It is, I believe, possible to do it on your own. I've seen people or heard people on YouTube say they've done it on their own, but it's far easier to have another person. So all we did, Miles put the pliers over that, pushed it down, and I used the long nose pliers to push the little retaining clip in place. We struggled at first because we were trying to do this on the bench, of course trying to force like that, and it's much easier when we put it on the floor to compress the springs. So once we'd done that, it was very easy. And so I don't know if that will show up very well. Valves are there. I looked at the video I did when I ground the valves in, and this all looked awful. In real life it looks a lot better than it does in the video, so I'm hoping the seal is good. I guess time will tell. So I'm going to put the head back on now. I did that video before, where I put the head on before I'd put the valves in. I'm not going to film it again because it's going to be the same thing. The only difference will be I'm going to put some of this sealant, non-hardening gasket maker, on the copper gasket. I took some advice off of one of the forums, and I think the majority of people recommended using the gasket sealant on the copper gasket. With regards to paper gaskets, some people said you don't need anything, and others said that a smearing of grease. Most people seem to say grease, so I think with the paper gaskets, when I do those, I'll just use grease and we'll see how it goes. So I'll put this head back on, and the next thing will be to put the rocker assembly back in here. I'll do a video when I do that one.